with the steal here, Hubie. Got him. The alley-oop. Peanut butter and jelly. Hands it off to Wade on the drive. Reverse and one. Pretty setup from LeBron James. Here comes Wade to James. LeBron with the big dunk. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, what a combination. It's back-to-back titles for the Heat.
I like Wade's mentality. Show support, show love, and I'm coming out.
Look out, he's going to drive to the basket. Blocked, though, by Wade. And no fridge out here right now. LeBron James and Wade going at it pretty good tonight. Two champions, two friends with an embrace.
Love you too.
After 16 seasons in the league together, LeBron James, D. Wade face off for what could be the final time Monday night. Catch Lakers Heat on NBA TV.
I got to catch a D.
Wade
game.
The Celtics and Pelicans.
I got to get to my.
Ernie, what do you mean last time? The
Players
think the Heat ain't going to make the finals?
Players only coverage. I knew you were going to jump on that. Players only coverage begins at 7:30 Eastern on NBA.
Anything you want to bet.
Hey, that Laker train is moving up, though, Chuck. They're chugging away. I told you.
Team doctor will take a look at it tomorrow. They don't expect that it's anything
Kyrie,
serious.
man up.
120.
Got something for you, Kyrie.
120.
Man up. I'll send you all you need, brother.
128, 100.
Shoulder, neck, back.
About
Shoulder, neck, back. I got it all for you, Kyrie.
Earlier this season, New York went to Boston and beat them without trailing, and this time the Celtics don't trail, winning it 128 to 100. How about some Hennessy? Never settle.
How's some Hennessy?
Never settle.
What are you talking about? Hey, the club started.
You talk about the lineup change and Gordon Hayward. They're 8-7 when he starts, or 5-2 when he comes off the bench. You see what they've been scoring and the other numbers for the Celtics, who have now won 4 in a row. Gordon Hayward went to the bench on November 19th. So Marcus Smart, Marcus Morris have been the guys who were inserted into the starting lineup. Has Boston kind of gotten figured out now, fellas?
Well, I think that's a great move by. Listen, they had to do something, because when you have players who, and I don't mean this in a bad way, who are one-dimensional, who need the ball, and they got 5 guys who really need the ball. But what they did now was they put 2 guys in the offense who don't need the ball. So now Kyrie can do his shoot as much as he wants to. Al's going to get his shots. Tatum going to get his shots. But if you saw something interesting on that stat, it helps the bench also. Look at the difference. Show that stat again. Look at the difference.
Oh,
their bench
Chuck
got
requesting stats.
Oh, listen,
Chuck
brother,
requesting
I'm
a
not just
full-screen
pretty face.
graphic.
Look at there.
Back up.
Their benches went up 11 points. I mean, so it works both ways. Now Gordon can get more shots coming off the bench. I mean, that's just a nice adjustment by, and that's no knock on Gordon Hayward. He's a hell of a player.
Jaylen Brown with his season high tonight off the bench, 21.
Yeah, he is a hell of a player, Chuck, and I agree with you. It does strengthen their bench a lot, because, you know, when you come in as a reserve now, you know, you're taking.
You can go for it.
You can go for it. You can just go for broke. He's still not 100%. He's probably 89, 90%, but still a hell of a player at 90%.
And listen, not many players in this league can come in with a Gordon Hayward and a Jaylen Brown coming off the bench. That's some nice firepower. That's one of the things that made the Spurs great for so long. When they would put Ginobili, who's a Hall of Famer, they're like, go to the bench. You're going to make our bench better. So,
Well, I also think that what it did with Kyrie Irving, the reason he left Cleveland was he wanted to be a playmaker, not just a scorer. So when you take all those guys out the lineup, he becomes a playmaker again, because he has to now make plays for other people and score. Where before, it's with all those guys in the lineup, just throw it to me so I could score, because I don't really need you to get me a shot. So I could do it myself. So now it made Kyrie a better player again by making him a playmaker.
So Boston right now tied with Indiana for the 5 spot in the East at 14-10. Toronto, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Detroit, all ahead of those 2. As it all shakes out, where does Boston wind up?
3rd or 4th.
I say 3.
Yeah, 3rd or 4th, because Toronto's going to win.
I'd say
the
number
East.
2.
Toronto's going to win the East.
I don't think they'll catch Milwaukee.
But there's 4 legitimate teams in the East. And
Milwaukee,
Toronto, Philly,
and Boston. Those are the 4 teams that can win the East.
What about
Detroit?
Detroit cannot win the East.
How about the move of the night presented by NBA 2K19? It comes from the game you just saw the highlights of. And it comes from Marcus Smart.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was nice. This was sweet. This is Mike going to Smitty's under the rim on it.
Oh, yeah, that was
ATV.
This is for the air. Who that reaching for the air?
Hazonia.
Katash.
That's Hazonia. That's the one who jumped over the Greek freak that day.
Oh, it is?
Walked over.
That was, ooh.
I don't think he meant to do that.
Yeah, he did. He looked at him.
No,
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I'm telling
He
you.
tried to do the
Sure, right
Allen
now.
Iverson
Because he
over
kind of walked
Tyrone
across.
Lue.
He didn't just walk
He
across
did that
his
on
head.
purpose.
He did
When
it
you
on
do that
purpose.
intentionally, you
He
go
did it
across
on
his head, Jack. You know
When
that.
we come back, we're going to shift gears.